You're probably wondering, what am I doing? It's something I've been meaning to do for a while. Figured I'm gonna give you guys some videos, and why not give you a little idea of what goes on behind the scenes? I know the Angry Video Game Nerd did something like this a few years ago, but that's someone a little more professional. I'm not professional, as I'm sure you've noticed. And no, I'm not trying to, bank on him or anything, bank on his success. I just felt like doing this. So, what does go into making a video game review? Well, if you saw the Angry Video Game Nerds video, you already know, but how do I do it? Well, believe it or not, it's very simple. And I'm going to walk you through step by step. Step 1, pick a game. Sometimes it helps to have a list. Pretty long list. And after Jurassic Park, next is DuckTales Remastered. Now, you don't always have to stick with a list. You can do whatever you feel like doing at the time. But I want to stick with the list because why the fuck not? So we just get ready to boot up DuckTales Remastered on the PlayStation 3. Step 2 is actually play the game. It just gives you a little idea, gives you a little feel for it, Playing the game is a pretty crucial step when preparing to make a review. It just helps you get acquainted with the game, especially if it's one you haven't touched in a while. DuckTales is a game that I know pretty well, but it still doesn't have to get yourself refamiliarized because each game is different. Each game is like a snowflake. No two are alike, even if they're part of the same series. This is what is known as a test play. You could play one level to get yourself refamiliarized with the controls and the mechanics. You could play through the entire game. Some people do play through the entire game, which helps with the next part. Which helps with one of the later parts, actually. So, yeah, as you can tell, this is unscripted. With all the pausings and whatnot. Basically what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to do this, make sure you know what you're doing. You can't just go into this totally blind. What most people do at this point, it's something that I don't do, is they'll jot down notes to basically things that they're going to talk about in the actual video itself. Like for instance, they could say for controls, square, circle while jumping for the public jump. Or how the nephews will pester Uncle Scrooge if it takes too long. Just little things like that. After you've gotten a feel for the game, your next step is to write out the script. Outside of recording, this is the backbone of your review. Everything you do revolves around this. On-camera work, voiceover work, finding clips on YouTube, editing. It all revolves around this. Now as you see, I've got Microsoft Word opened up and I've only got a little bit at the beginning of the review written out. What I like to do when I do my reviews, as I write it out, is I'll introduce the game. If applicable, I'll go over the history. Then I'll talk about the story, the gameplay, and give my final thoughts. And the reason these things vary, it all depends on the size of the game. So, with DuckTales Remastered, when discussing the history, Let's go all the way back to 1985 and the launch of the Disney Channel. That's going to be my starting point. Okay, so the script is finished, and here's an idea of what the finished product will look like. Now, just to let you guys know, anything that's in normal font, like here, is on camera work, and anything in bold, like this kind of paragraph, is voiceover. Anything in parentheses with asterisk is usually videos that I have to find on YouTube or clips from the game, such as right here. Now, the finished product can be however long it has to be. Like, you can see down here, I'm not sure how well you can see this, 6 pages. It's actually pretty short. So I'm anticipating this review to go no more than maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And I always end, as you notice, I always end with a little preview of what's coming up next. So after that, all that's left to do is record the game. Okay, so now that we got the script written out, it's time to record. Probably can't see this too well, but this little device I'm holding, it's a capture card called Dazzle. This will run you about $80. The components pushing 100. There are others such as Elgato or Hotpot, but those can run you anywhere from $150 to $200. That's not counting the components like the cables and the adapters and all that. Some people just use the camcorder like I was using for a while. So what does it look like when we are recording? Well, I'm not recording anything yet, but as we can see, we've got the preview screen. Over here, this tells you how much space you have left, which is pretty important. Rule of thumb, once you're done with your video, delete it all, make more room. So, that's it. This button right here, start capture. I want to pay attention to over here, your dropped frames. This is important. So far it's doing pretty good. Let's wait a few seconds. So far it's pretty good, so I'll get back to you guys when I'm done recording. Okay, so recording is done, and I can afford it to be a little bit louder since I'm home alone and I don't have to worry about disturbing the parents. All that's left to do now is the voiceover and then the on-camera work. I usually do the voiceover stuff first. I have my script open over here, and you'll probably notice during the on-camera work, wait a minute, did I say I usually do voiceover first? Whatever. You'll usually notice that I'm always glancing off to the side, and I pointed out in my Spider-Man review that yes, I was glancing over at the script because I'm amateur and I don't care. Some people do. Some people print their scripts out and have it off to the side or have somebody hold it up like cue cards or whatever. Some people actually take the time to memorize it. I just have it off to the side, and okay, I just gave away the joke, but hopefully the idea is I'm giving the illusion that I'm looking over at my TV while talking. So, let me just bring this up here. If you can see the script, I do all this. The stuff that goes on camera is the stuff in the regular font, like say right here. I'm not sure how well you can see that. But if it's bold like down here, that's voiceover, which I'll cover in the next segment. But I'm probably going to cheat on that one since, why not? So I'll see you guys for the voiceover after I get in the outfit, which consists of hat, jacket. Don't know why I'm wearing it in the middle of July when it's 90 degrees outside, but fuck it. And gloves, which makes it really hard to snap your fingers, as I found out when I did Jurassic Park. You will never see that part. To be perfectly honest, I don't know why I chose this particular outfit. I guess I was trying to emulate Linkara or something, you know, with his little outfit. But whatever, I'm sticking with it. So I'll see you guys after I do the on-camera work to discuss the voiceover work, and then after voiceover comes probably my favorite part, editing. I don't know why the hell I didn't do this earlier. Okay, up here you have all your tools. Pause, play, stop, skip to start, skip to end, and record. Over here you have, what is this? Playback volume and recording volume. And this right here is your playback speed, which should be pretty self-explanatory. It's how fast it gets played back. This is how loud the recording is. Right now it's basically set to max. So I'm just going to go ahead and record. And this is what it looks like when you record through Audacity. All this right here, this is your voice. All these waveforms. Way up here is where it's what's known as the peak. Like say if I were to scream, let's just pull a Vegeta and scream. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Sorry. But let's stop. Don't do that. Do not do that. Okay, just don't. Back to the script. I'm doing everything here in the bold. So, that said, I'm going to open up a new project. Get rid of this one because you don't want to hear me screaming like Vegeta. And I'll see you guys when the voiceover is done. Okay, so we're on one of the final stages. I skipped over gathering up all the clips because why not? Why bother showing that, you know? Probably not everyone's going to be downloading clips off of YouTube, but if you want to do it, there's a site called Convert Files, but that one can be a little temperamental, but it's the one that I use. So, that said, we're going to move on to editing. Now, pardon the background noise, that's the fan right there. Yeah, I moved out to the living room to do this, because, well, that's why. I'm watching Dragon Ball Z over there. I'm probably going to have it on for background noise, too. But now let's move on to the main event, which is this. The software that I use is called Pinnacle. It's also what Dazzle uses to record the footage and all that. You can use whatever you want, whatever you're more comfortable with. I'm more comfortable with Pinnacle here, but I will use things like Movie Maker if I have to, you know, get clips off of, that's what the clips off of YouTube, which speaking of which, I should probably show that off, shouldn't I? But down here in my downloads file, yeah, there's a voiceover file called DuckTales VO. Down here in the downloads folder, where are you? Excuse me, I just had a sandwich, so yeah, I've got that kind of stuck in my throat. So I've got clips here that I download off YouTube, like the Gummy Bears intro, DuckTales Remastered, the Book of Pooh, and all that. So let's just show off one of them. That being well, actually, no, not Gummy Bears. You know what? Never mind. Okay, you know what? I probably should. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We're here to Windows Live Movie Maker. Move my hand away from the viewfinder so I see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's Windows Live Movie Maker. Let it open up. And if you're ever doing this, what you can do is, okay, you see the video right here. Just put the little marker here, wherever you want it to go. Up here to edit. And if you feel like you don't need whatever is before the marker, split. It's as easy as that. But since I'm probably going to need all of this, I'm not going to do that. That's just the basic idea. So now, wait, I have to turn those into video files. What the fuck am I doing? I'll be right back.
12 o'clock midnight.
Okay, sorry about that. Kind of had an idiot moment and forgot to turn those files that I downloaded into MP4s. But, whatever. Here we are. So, I said earlier that I think editing is probably the best part about making these videos. And some people would say that editing is the worst. The way I look at it is, everything that we've done up until this point is just a piece of the puzzle. Editing is putting the puzzle together. So, how do we go about doing this? Well, got your clips up here in the, I guess this is called the queue. I've been doing this for a while, and I don't even know what this is called. This is the timeline down here. So, I want to do a little gag with my intro. So what I'll do is I'll find my intro, and have to wait for it to do that. Some of the longer videos it takes a while. But what I'm going to do is drag a couple of clips down to the timeline like so. Now I'm going to add in my song. I don't know what made me choose it, I just kind of went with it. So I'm going to bring it down into the music part. Now here's what I like to do. Headset, put it on. That way I can hear. I gotta be able to hear what I'm doing, you know, to know where certain clips end, where certain clips begin and all that, especially when it comes to the voiceover. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to take this off right here. Play. And wait until it gets to where I think I want to intercut, because like I said, I'm doing a little intro gag. Wait. Alright, so going to get rid of that. What I did there was, okay, I'm going to do that so I can show you. Okay, you see where the cursor is, right? I know it's hard to see. I'm sorry about that. Well, over here to our tools, we have this little razor blade. Split the selected clip. Click it, and now you see one is highlighted and one is not. Click the thing that isn't highlighted over here to the trash can. Bye bye. Now just drag and drop. And this is where I want to put in my little gag. So again, split the scene, get rid of that, go back up here to the videos, click this little folder with the arrow up to move up one level. Now where is it? Here it is. Okay, now this next bit, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go through and open up all the video files. Once I've done that, I'll come back and I'll show you how to do some more stuff. Okay, you know what? I figure it's going to take me a while to get all those clips opened up, so I'm just going to go ahead and say this. When it comes to editing, basically what you want to do, and I believe I mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again, follow your script. Until you get to the finished product, until you finish all of this, that is the most important thing that you can do. Follow it is the most important part of all of this. Not only does it tell you basically what to record if you read it out before you recorded, not only does it tell you what to say, but it also tells you how to put everything together. I can't begin to stress enough how important it is. But at this point I'm just coming off as redundant, so I'm going to go ahead and edit it together. And when I'm done, I'll let you guys see the finished product, and I'll give you... Actually, should I? Yeah, I'll meet up with you guys after I finish editing. Okay, so editing is completed. And just to give you an idea of what it looks like when it's all done, to the uninitiated, no offense, this may seem like a bit of a jumbled mess. Got your video file up here, your audio file down here. Over here it says what it is, like, got this little camera for the video track, this little microphone for the audio track, speaker for sound effect, this is where I usually place the voiceover, and the little... What's this thing called again? A clef key? I don't know. But for, well, the music. There's a little line right here. If you see that megaphone thing, that's sort of, that's where you control the volume of a certain clip. You see some are way down here because I want them to be muted. And as we get to the end, you'll notice these. These are transitions effects. I usually use the fade. So now that that's done, all I'm going to do is go through it, watch it again to make sure that everything is exactly how I want it. Then I'll come up here to click Make Movie. I already have everything preset to where I want it to be Sony PSP compatible, small file size. All I'll have to do is click Create File and we're good to go. Once this thing has been converted into an MP4 file, I'll go ahead and upload it, and there you go, there's your little behind the scenes. Kind of boring, I guess, huh? Well, hey, that's what goes into making this sort of thing.